Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot Connection with another installment of Building the Team. So, last week we did our 1,000 points against the Iron Legion game, which ended up being a 4,000 point, basically a 4,000 point game. Um, when the game ended, we were Team Iron Man was not doing too well, thanks in part to another player also using a version of Thanos, not the same Thanos that I was using, but a version. As for the and yes, ended up going with the Minions of Thanos team, and only saw, only had Outriders get KO'd. Though Proxima Midnight did take a pretty sizable hit late in the game. So yeah, on to this week with Thanksgiving coming up. We're having a turkey shoot. 500 points must include an animal. One at least one figure on the team must have the animal keyword. You denote a character with the animal keyword to be the turkey. When the turkey is KO'd by an opposing attack, the all opposing figures get extra 50 victory points. Or your opponent gets an extra 50 victory points, and their team, everyone on the team heals one click. So we got ourselves a couple of teams for it. First off, we've got ourselves a Spider-Man family team. You know what? Yeah, I hate to do this. I hate to start this way, but yeah, we're gonna have to. So what makes it? This is not going to look like a Spider-Man family team. So yeah, I had to explain first, but I figured it would be actually rather late in the team. But yeah, first off, we've got Spider Hammer-Eye, Chase from Spider-Man Venom: Absolute Carnage. Spider Hammer-Eye comes in at 60 points. He has the Spider-Man family, animal, martial artist, past, and warrior keywords, as well as improved movement, ignores elevated terrain and hindering terrain. We've got 3 traits. First off, My Kind of Allies. When establishing theme teams, characters on your starting force with the martial artist keyword gain the Spider-Man family keyword. That is how this is a Spider-Man family team. As you'll notice, everyone on the team has the martial artist keyword. Next up, it's Crow-Nin hunting season. Blaze Claw's Fangs. At the beginning of the game, choose an opposing character or team ability. As a free action, make a close attack, but only target the chosen character or a character using the chosen team ability. Finally, we have Calling Help from the Spider-Verse. When he hits an opposing character, if no character has been placed this turn, after resolutions, you may roll a d6. On a 3 through a 6, place another friendly character with the Spider-Man family keyword adjacent. Okay? And then we'll take a quick look at the dial. Oh, he also has the Spider-Man ally team ability, which makes him a wild card. Yeah, here's his dial. So we got ourselves a nice block of charge, followed by a couple clicks of sidestep, full dial of precision strike, and yeah, an opening 12 attack. On defense, he's got Indomitable. Also opens up with a special power, Bushido Honor, which gives Spider Hammer-Eye combat reflexes. And if he's adjacent to exactly one opposing character and neither is adjacent to any other characters can't be moved or placed adjacent to either of them and can't target either of them. Okay? Then we get a couple clicks of super senses. Defensively on damage, we open up with a couple clicks of leadership. Then we get some mid-dial exploit weakness and some late dial shape change. Alrighty. Next up, we've got ourselves Raphael. Yes, that Raphael. Raph here comes in at 60 points. Has the TMNT ally, animal, and martial artist keyword. And as he has the martial artist keyword, that means he also has Spider-Man family. Now he has one of the older, as he's an older figure, he doesn't have, his dial isn't visible on his card. Starts off with some charge, which gives way to the special speed power most attitude of the Turtles, granting him charge and flurry. On attack, it was with Quake, which gives way to Blaze Claw's Fangs. Defensively speaking, you open up with Toughness, which gives way to the special power, hey, we're not Kung Fu Frogs, we're Ninja Turtles. Allowing Raph to use combat reflexes and willpower. And then we get some late dial Battle Fury. Okay. Next up, we've got Michelangelo. Mikey here also comes in at 60 points. Has improved movement, ignores elevated and hindering terrain, as well as the TMNT ally, animal, and martial artist, and of course, by extension, due to Spider-Hammer Spider-Man family keywords. He also has a trait most unpredictable of the Turtles. Opposing characters can use probability control to reroll attacks made by or targeting Michelangelo. That's insane. Just saying. Looking at his dial, again, it's one of the older figures, so the dial is not printed on the card. But we open up with some sidestep on speed, followed by flurry. On attack, we open with special power spin attack, which gives Mikey Quake. When he uses it, after resolutions, give each hit character an action token. Okay. That then gives way to Smoke Cloud, and on defense, we've got Toughness, followed by the special power Most Endurance of the Turtles, which allows Mikey to use combat reflexes and willpower. And we open up on damage, we start off with some Perplex as well. Next up, we've got Donatello. Donnie here also comes in at 60 points. He's got the TMNT ally, animal, martial arts, and scientist keywords, as well as Spider-Man family. He opens up with some leap climb, followed by some sidestep on speed. On attack, we open up with nothing, surprisingly, but he clicks into the special power. My bow converts to a Naginata, giving Donatello giant reach 3, and he can use Blaze Claw's Fangs, but only if attacking a non-adjacent character. Okay. Defensively speaking, we open up with a vulnerability, which gives way to Toughness, which then gives way to Defend. I think, and on damage we open up with support, or with Perplex, which eventually gives way to support. And I think, yeah, well, yeah, he doesn't have the support defend combo I would kind of hope for, which would be a low defense and decent attack values, but, well, yeah. Next up, we've got Leonardo. Leo here also comes in at 60 points. He has the TMNT ally, animal, martial arts, and of course, Spider-Man ally, team ability, or keywords. We open up with some charge, followed by sidestep. On attack, we open up with Blaze Claw's Fang, which then gives way to the special power Twin Katanas, which allows Leo to use Blaze Claw's Fangs, and when he makes a close attack, he can use probability control. Okay. Defensively speaking, we open up with special power Analyze and Counter Fighting Styles, allowing him to use super senses and toughness, which this gives way to combat reflexes. Finally, on damage, we open up the special power, that this is all he has on damage, Leader of the Turtles. Leonardo can use leadership. When he does and succeeds, he may instead remove an action token from each adjacent friendly character with the TMNT keyword. Okay, alright. So if you keep the Turtles all bunched together, he could, potentially speaking, clear all of them, except for himself, at once. Next up, we've got Iron Fist. Iron Fist also comes in at 60 points. Has the Spider-Man ally team ability, making him a wild card. He also has improved movement, ignores characters, as well as the Defenders, Heroes for Hire, Kunlun, Marvel Knights, Martial Arts, and Mystical keywords, as well as, thanks to Spider Hammer Eye, the Spider-Man family keyword. We open up with a trait, I am the Iron Fist. At the end of your turn, if Iron Fist didn't move or make an attack this turn, give him a chi token. As a free action, remove any number of chi tokens to make that many close attacks against different targets. Maximum damage value of 3. Okay, alright. Taking a look at his dial, we open up with some on speed with some sidestep, followed by some charge, followed by some mind control, which is an interesting power to see on Iron Fist, but okay. On attack, we open up with Precision Strike, and at the end we get some Poison, which is also an interesting thing to see. On defense, we open up with Super Senses, followed by Combat Reflexes, and then we get an end-dial click of Regeneration. Finally, on damage, we open up with a couple clicks of Empower, followed by a couple clicks of Exploit Weakness, and ending with a couple clicks of Close Combat Expert. All in all, not too shabby, not too shabby. We've already looked at Spider Hammer Eye, so moving on, we've got another character with who actually has the Spider-Man family keyword, Miles Morales, Spider-Man. Miles here comes in at 65 points. He has the Spider-Man family ally and Ultimates team abilities. With Ultimates, he can see and move through hindering terrain. He also has improved movement, ignores elevated terrain, as well as the Avengers, Champions, Shield, Spider-Man family, and Ultimates keywords. Finally, he has a trait, Dimensional Travel Watch, which allows him to start the game with the Dimensional Watch equipped at no cost. And when we're done looking at Miles' dial, we'll look at the Dimensional Watch. Alright, so, looking at Miles' dial, we open up with a nicely sized block of the special speed power, a slightly different genetically engineered spider, which grants Spider-Man plasticity, sidestep, and stealth. We then get a couple clicks of charge and back to the special power. On attack, we open up with special power Shocking Web Blast, granting Spider-Man Precision Strike. When he's given a move action that moves 5 or less squares, after resolutions he can use to incapacitate it as range at no cost, and may use to target all opposing characters within range and line of fire. His range, as you can see, is 4. So, and that Ultimate Sealing will definitely come in handy if there's any hindering to deal with. Then we get a couple clicks of Super Strength and back to Special Power. Defense, we open up with Super Senses, which gives way to Combat Reflexes. Damage, we open up with a couple clicks of Outwit, and we close out with a couple clicks of Shape Change. Okay, alright. Not too shabby. Looking at the Dimensional Watch right quick. There it is. The effect is the equipped character gains phasing teleport. When they hit an opposing character, if no character has been placed this turn after resolution, is roll a d6. It's the Calling Help from the Spider. Basically, the equipped character gains the Calling Help from the Spider-Verse trait. Finally, for the Spider-Man family team, we've got Hawkeye. Yep. What can I say? I still want to use Hawkeye and Miles together, since I didn't use them on the against the Iron Legion. Hawkeye comes in at 75 points as the team player wildcard ability. He also has improved targeting, may make range attacks out of adjacency, including to target adjacent opposing characters. He also has the Avengers, Shield, Thunderbolts, and Martial Artists, and therefore also Spider-Man family keywords. Finally, we have 2 traits. Assembled Avengers, which really isn't going to matter because there's only one other figure on the team with the Avengers keyword. And Not Tricks, Tactical, granting Hawkeye Precision Strike. He can use Precision Strike or Range Combat Expert while targeting more than one target, as normally neither power can be used against multiple targets. Looking at his dial, in some ways we have some similar design to Miles. We open up with a few clicks of the special speed power Hawkeye, which grants him running shot, sidestep, and stealth. We get some mid to late dial sidestep and then back to Hawkeye. On damage attack, we open with Incapacitate, followed by some Energy Explosion, back to Incapacitate. Defensively speaking, we open up with willpower. Then we get a few clicks of inertial deflection and back to willpower. Finally, on damage, we open up with a couple clicks of leadership. Followed, and the rest of the dial has ranged combat expert. And with the he and Iron Fist will likely both be copying the ultimate team ability, which will therefore allow them to use improved movement and line of and targeting, hindering terrain. Same with Spider Hammerai. Now the perk there will be that he could. Well, he's not going to really need hindering terrain for improved targeting, but he can use it. Anywho, our other team is a Justice League team. Starting off, we've got the Question, who is probably one of our current favorite Justice League members. Question here comes in at 40 points, has the JLA team ability, as well as the Justice League, Detective, Martial Artist, and Reporter keywords. He also has 2 traits. First off, Justice League Unlimited. At the beginning of your turn, roll a d6. On a 6, remove an action token from another friendly character with the Justice League keyword. That's 100 points or less. Next up, we have Question Authority. You can give the question a power action. If there's no d6 on this card, roll a d6 and place it on this card. Whenever a character within 6 squares in line of fire makes an attack roll, you may remove the d6 from this card and replace a die in the roll with it. Alright, now looking at his dial, we've got a full run of stealth. We get a couple clicks of the special attack power, Asking Questions. At the end of your turn, Smoke Cloud is at no cost, but only to generate 1 marker. Generally speaking, the best idea would be to generate in his own square so that he can just stand there. On defense, he's got Indomitable, as you can see, it's a built-in willpower. Then we got a full run of combat reflexes. On damage, we open up with a couple clicks of Outwit, followed by a couple clicks of Perplex. And yeah, there are actually quite a few martial artists on this team too. Moving on, we've got Black Canary. Canary here comes in at 45 points. Has the Birds of Prey, Justice League International, and Martial Arts keywords. Well, we're using her team-up card with the Flash, so yeah. We have 2 traits. First off is Justice League Unlimited, same as Question, and then we have Team-Up the Flash. If the Flash is on the map, Black Canary can use Super Senses. Looking at her dial, we open up with a click of Sidestep, followed by a couple clicks of Charge, and a couple more clicks of Sidestep. On attack, we open and end each with a click of the special power Canary Cry, which gives her Penetrating Psychic Blast, and when she uses it and hits, after resolutions, knock back all opposing characters adjacent to the hit target by 2 squares. Okay. On defense, we've got a click of Willpower to start off with, and the rest of the dial is Combat Reflexes. And we have a mid-dial block of Close Combat Expert. Not too shabby. Next up, we've got Speedy. Speedy also comes in at 45 points. Actually has no team ability. However, he does possess the Justice League, Outlaws, Outsiders, 7 Soldiers, and Teen Titans keywords. Much like Question and Black Canary, he's got Justice League Unlimited trait, as well as the trait Quantum Arrow. As a power action, once per game, choose a square within range and line of fire, then Speedy can use Pulse Wave at no cost as if he occupied that square. His range, by the way, is 6, so that's... You can pick it up as... You can pick a square within within 6 squares in his line of fire, and then use Pulse Wave as if he was there. That's pretty good, actually. Looking at his dial, we open up with a special speed power, a Mobile Arsenal, granting him Leap, Climb, and Running Shot. We had a couple clicks of Sidestep, followed by some regular Running Shot. Defensively speaking, we open up with an attack-wise, we open up with an Energy Explosion, followed by Precision Strike. Defensively speaking, we open up with Inertial Deflection, followed by Willpower. We get some mid to late dial range combat expert on damage as well. Next up, we've got Green Arrow. Ollie here comes in at 60 points, has the JLA team ability, as well as the Justice League, 7 Soldiers, and Star City keywords. He also has improved movement, ignores elevated and hindering terrain. 2 traits, Justice League Unlimited, just like Speedy, Black Canary, and Question, as well as Say Ah, Dirtbag. Modify attack +1 for each friendly character the Green Arrow shared a keyword with that has been KO'd this game. Modify damage +3, but only if Green Arrow is the only character on your force. And yeah, that can be brutal. Looking at Green Arrow's dial, we open up with a couple of clicks of Running Shot, followed by a few clicks of Sidestep. On attack, we open up with a couple of clicks of Energy Explosion, followed by a couple of clicks of Special Attack Power. Someone needs to be here to speak for the little guy. Steal energy, but with close or range attacks. Okay, alright. Defensively speaking, we open up with Initial Deflection, which then gives away the special power. The Justice League goes on, with or without you. Toughness. Willpower, but only if a friendly character the Green Arrow shared a keyword with has been KO'd this game. Okay. Damage-wise, we open up with Leadership, followed by a few clicks of Ranged Combat Expert. Okay, alright. Not bad. Not bad at all, actually. Next up, we've got the Flash. Flash here comes in at 65 points, has the Justice League team ability, as well as the Central City, Justice League, Celebrity, and Speedster keywords. We've also got improved movement towards elevated and hindering terrain, and the Justice League Unlimited trait, as well as a trait Around the World in 80 milliseconds. As a free action, if the Flash occupies a square on the edge of the map, and that edge is the longest edge of the map or tied for it, place him in the same row or column on the opposite edge of the map from that edge. He can be placed in a starting area this way. Okay, alright. And looking at now, we are using his team up card with Black Canary, so we also gain if Black Canary is on the map, he needs probability control, but only when targeted by a close attack. Okay. So looking at Flash's dial, we've got a full run of the special speed power across the city in the blink of... Wait. Yeah, okay. Yeah, alright, there we are. Yeah, I see it. Full run of the special speed power across the city in the blink of an eye, which gives him hypersonic speed. As a free action, you can modify his speed by +3, but only move in direct paths. We get some late dial precision strike. He's got Indomitable and a full run of super senses. Next up, we've got Vixen. Vixen comes in at 75 points, has the JLA team ability, as well as the Justice League International, Animal, Celebrity, and Mystical keywords. She also has improved movement, ignores hindering terrain. And we got 2 traits, Justice League Unlimited, just like everyone else. And Tantu Totem. Free. Choose a standard power printed on Vixen's card. Vixen can use the chosen power until your next turn. Okay, alright. Speaking of her dial, let's take a look. We've got some charge, we've got some flurry, some leap climb, we've got some plasticity, some poison, some precision, or some quake, some Blaze Cloud's fangs. We get some combat reflexes, some invulnerability, some super senses, some willpower, some regeneration, some exploit weakness, and some close combat expert. So that's quite nifty, especially with the Tantu Totem power. But basically, letting her pick one of those standard powers. Usually, when a figure has something like that, every single click has a different. There's a different power on every single click, but that's usually not always. And rounding out the team and ending the week, we've got Batman Beyond. So Batman Beyond comes in at 125 points, which means he cannot be have tokens removed via the Justice League Unlimited trait. He also has the Batman Ally team ability, granting him stealth, as well as improved targeting, ignores hindering terrain, and the Batman family, Gotham City, Justice League, Project Cadmus, Armor, Detective, Future, and Martial Artist keywords. 2 traits, Boom Tomb Travel. Once per game, Faithing Teleport. When he uses it, his speed value is 12, and after resolutions, remove an action token from him. Then, Multi-Spectrum Camouflage. Opposing characters can't draw a line of fire to Batman Beyond if he is adjacent to blocking terrain. Okay, alright. So taking a look at his dial, we've got ourselves a couple clicks of Running Shot, then a click of Charge, some Sidestep, and some late dial Flurry. On attack, we started and ended with a few clicks of the special attack power. Some looks never go out of style. Precision Strike. Free. Choose one to use until your next turn. Blaze Claw's Fangs, Energy Explosion, Incapacitate, Poison, or Smoke Cloud. Okay. Then we get some mid to late dial Precision Strike, and then back to the special power. Defensively speaking, we've got Indomitable. We open up with Invulnerability, followed by Toughness, followed by Combat Reflexes. On damage, we open up the special power, the Tomorrow Night, a different kind of bat. Leadership. Free. Choose one to use until your next turn. Close Combat Expert, Perplex, Outwit, or Shape Change. Alright. We get some mid to late dial Close Combat Expert, and then back to the Tomorrow Night power. Okay. Not too shabby. But anyway, that is going to be it for today. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off, saying live long and rock hard.